Yes! My first squid! That is amazing. It's so beautiful. Inky. I think a little bit messy, but so worth it. Little squid tentacles there. Mmm, that's so good. I bought a bike on Facebook. She came with a box of parts. Now we got to get it running. So join me as I repair this old 77 Harley Davidson Sportster and take it on 7 days of catch and cook adventures throughout the state of Maine. Woo! That's Chris, and I'm Zachary Fowler, and you're watching Fowler's Makery and Mischief. All right, we are up the road here in Searsport. We're gonna go and catch ourselves some squid, and then we'll go over to the beach, Searsport Island Preserve. We'll show up and we'll fry up our squid after taking a nap or something on the beach. Let's gear up and get out there. All right. We got our gear, brought the EcoFlow and our Lumacy bright light to track the squid, and 4 rods. Let's head down, see what we can get on some action. Oh yeah, and I brought my best piece of gear, Sarah, the Fish Catcher 3000. She always catches me, so hopefully she can get us on something if I can't. Like a good spot. This thing's pretty cool. We used this a couple times already and works best for ice fishing or off the tote float. Whoa! It works. That's fun. The light really attracts a lot of stuff. And now, like this off the dock. We got light.
Oh, sweet. Holy.
All right, here we go. You can have pink, like that. And then there's pink sparkly, or orange sparkly. The guy that was walking off the end of the dock said orange tonight was the...
Well, you should probably take the orange.
I'll rock, paper, scissors. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors. Oh!
How is that possible?
Oh, you got me. All right, you take the orange one. You've had a squid one before?
Yeah, I have a whole bunch.
Oh yeah, you've done this before. I actually have never done the squid before, so this is a first for me. I'm excited. Got one? Ah, Sarah's always getting the first one. Keep going.
Oh.
All right. They bite?
Yeah.
That is amazing. So beautiful. A little bit of ink on it. Sarah got the first one. So they hook right up on these hooks here. They're not like regular fishing hooks, they're just hooked straight up. These guys are quite the hunters. They attack it, and boom, you reel straight up and you got yourself a squid. So we'll put them in the bag and get some more. Boom. That comes off very easily. I'm gonna try what you did and be just off of the main part of the light. Ah!
Oh, that's the perfect size. Oh,
Is it?
oh.
Smaller.
Stripers.
Should have never given up that orange lure.
I know, right? Oh man. Ah, I felt the bite and then I lost it. 3.
You're natural over there.
Yes, she is.
No wind to shake 'em.
Oh, wow. Surreal looking. They're gonna get one's gonna grab one.
Oh, see, look at that.
They're so fat.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! My first squid! That was so cool. Oh, shot me.
Oh wow.
All right. There we go. It's not as big as Sarah's, but I don't mind.
I think I just pushed him in. Oh, he's just angry. Oh!
Like 1,000 of them right there.
Green crab versus tiny squid. Fight!
I got it figured out now. Right by that light, you can see him hit. Squirted me in the eye. Fine. 3. Catching up. Not really. I'm like, I'm so proud of you. Oh, the biggest one of the night. I think that's the biggest one we've caught so far.
You're caught up now.
I think I am too. You see that? There's like all that stuff around the light. And then there's like a little wormy thing right there. There's a couple of them. This is what the light does. It doesn't attract the squid. It attracts all kinds of little things, just like moths to the light, the little stuff. That's the kind of thing that something a little bit bigger, like little minnows and things come after. And we got quite the bag that's filled up now, just because we moved to the other side of the dock. I would have been happy if we had just caught 4 or 5, but this is, I think we're in like to almost 20 now. There we go. Make him chase it. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a really, look at the colors, he's going nuts. Inked everywhere, squirted everywhere. All right, packing it in. We got quite a bag of them. I don't know how much difference the light made, but it definitely made it more fun. And if it was a slow night, I guess then we'd be able to say, hey, we caught a whole bunch when everybody else didn't. But we definitely had fun and we were able to see what you're doing. That was so cool seeing them come in and hit on it instead of just feeling it a tug. I like it. I think it worked. Let's go hack out for a little bit. Alright, we got a little spot. We're all set up. We got our blanket and our little sleeping bags and our beautiful morning view to fall asleep to. Take a quick snooze for a couple hours and wake up and get on that squid. Oh, look, somebody's actually going out. Probably the lobster. What do you think, honey?
I think that I'm not even tired because I stayed up too long.
All right, well, I'll see you in like 2 or 3 hours. I need a nap. I am old. And that's what happens when you get old. You get tired easy.
You are older than me.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. It's so hot. I feel so ugh. Sand fleas jumping on us and mosquitoes every once in a while are just enough. Not so bad, but just enough to make it not the most restful 3.5 hours of sleep. We need a dip. Ugh. A little bit better. Oh. Well, looks like Sarah's off on a nature walk. That felt pretty good. Wash them off my face. I think I'm gonna save a swim for after and get some breakfast going. I'm pretty hungry. And I wanna get into that squid. Oh, it's gonna be good. Let me get my cooking supplies out. Let me get this squid processed up. Oh, looks a little inky. Smell good. All right, I'm gonna get a bowl of salt water and then I'll be able to kind of rinse my hands and keep processing these now. This is gonna be, I think, a little bit messy, but so worth it.
So I'm out in the woods looking for chanterelles, and I'm looking for this orangey color, but this is definitely not one, but it's beautiful. I'm pretty sure this is the biggest birch I've ever seen in my life. I can't even get it all in the frame. Could make a little napping spot here. Zach would just bring me a cup of coffee. Try it. That was good. Imagine the treehouse you could build in that. So these mushrooms, when I was a kid, I used to bang off the trees and take a little stick and carve it. I'll do one of Zach. There he is on his motorcycle. Kind of fun. Art in the woods. We'll do one of John next. So this is goose tongue greens, and you've seen me pick it before, but it's become one of my favorite vegetables now, and it's free. And here, all of my greens.
All right, let's try and break these puppies down. Now.
But let's get to the chopper.
Oh, I need the chopper. The chopper.
Chopper! Let's get to the chopper!
Alright, well, folks.
Now we got the right tool for the job. So first, just back from the eyes, give them a slice between the eyes and that. Then you gotta give them a squeeze here. Pull out the beak. Boom. Throw that in the bushes for the raccoons. Pinch it, pull it, rip it. Get it figured out, and you can do it in one quick. There we go. That wasn't so bad. Learning curve, I'd say not so bad. And then stick your thumb in there and go around, kind of break free. I can feel like there's a connection line right here. So if I can get all of that, less abusive the better, I believe, because then you can get it out. There's all of its guts right there. I don't know what that is. Looks like a bladder or something. Last thing is oh shoot, I forgot already what these things are called. You can see the tip of it after you pull out the guts, and it's like a piece of glass almost. So we'll put that to the side. The tentacles, we'll rinse all that off. Look at the colors. After laying it down here, it went and like got all color changed. One of them on the dock last night actually turned completely brown. Let's see how many of these I could do quickly. Just pull up like that. Maybe next time I can extract a bunch of the ink and use that to make squid ink pasta. Hi!
Hi!
Oh, Sarah's back from her nature hike. Did you find some stuff? Found some goose tongue greens?
Yeah.
Always, huh? I'm making an inky mess.
The ink is running. I didn't expect that.
You want to get in on this?
Not in it for the ink.
It's messy.
We don't need that kind of ink on Sugar Mountain.
Not really hard.
So you cut it
Right,
off
right at the
below
eyes.
Yep.
Yep.
And then you take the beak out. You
Yeah.
pop it.
Yeah, give it a squeeze, pop the beak out, rip that out. Yep. Alright, so then you grab the top of it here and pull those two things together. Yeah.
Okay.
And then pinch up here at the top and kind of cut in and rip that free of the top of the squid. And just pull out that outer skin and the wings off. Just like pulling the wings off butterflies.
That's not a nice thing to do.
No?
I feel like it's like gutting a chicken.
Yeah. Except for chickens don't
Ink?
all over you.
No.
Like pretty wild, huh?
Yeah.
It feels just like plastic.
That's how they move.
They do seem like a fairly decent, safe to eat raw thing. Like I don't like, unlike fish where they have bigger muscle and stuff.
Maybe we should save a little bit and try that.
With lemon.
Yep.
Yum.
The lemon cooks it for you.
You want to wash off in the bowl?
We've got ink on our hands.
I don't know if it would really do much good.
It does break down in the water pretty well. It really is gorgeous here. I have to say that of all the fish processing I've done, this is the most enjoyable. Like,
It's like kind of soothing in a strange way.
like all
It's
this,
all like inky and
yeah.
slippery and soft.
Oh, and they don't smell fishy.
These don't?
Yeah, they don't really smell, like your hands get all fishy smelling from doing fish, but like maybe that's what that is that's so enjoyable about it. I'm just gonna rub it all into the top evenly. Make it one even mess. Alright, let's go wash these off and then we can snag a couple clams and we'll do some fried clams and calamari. Some of these are already pretty clean. A little guy here. smelt the delicious squid and he came over. All right, here you go. Back to the sea with you. I'm not seeing any clam holes here, so I might have to head up that way where I know that they are.
So my dad raised 7 kids digging 2 tides a day at clams, and he would even do it in the winter. He'd break through the ice and harvest a couple big baskets each tide. So my brothers used to clam dig too for money, and I tried it once. I went down in my bikini and put my finger in and came out with a bloody finger. I never tried it again until a couple months ago.
There he is. There's a keeper. Look at that. That's a nice one. Oh, keeper. There we go. We're getting like 1 per hole.
I'm finding your holes.
Yeah, one per hole. So that's not really great.
The clam holes are a little bit smaller than a dime and easy to spot on a clam flat that's made of all mud. But we're looking at gravel here and it kind of blends in. Once we find them, we dig a hole in front of the clam on the seaward side with the rake, and then we work our way up to the clam, pulling the dirt into the hole so they don't crush the clam. The better you get at it, the less you damage them, and then you don't get as much dirt in them, and they rinse out a lot cleaner, and they taste a lot better without sand in them. And of course, these are regulated very heavily, so make sure you go to the town office you intend to clam in, get your clamming license, and figure out exactly where they want you to clam. If you've watched the 7-Day Maine Wilderness Living Challenge I did with the Wooded Beardsman in 2019, you may recognize this location as where we did our clamming on day 2.
Too shabby. Oh, get them all.
There's this awesome driftwood fort out by the point, and Sarah and I were going to do our cooking out there, and it's actually increased quite a bit in size and complexity compared to back in the day when the Wooded Beardsman and I were here. Unfortunately, it's quite the popular spot as well, so we decided to stay away from that and hang out here in the shade.
This is called sea lavender or sea heather, and it only grows on the seashore. And that's what I used to, when I was probably 10, our family was really poor with 7 kids, and my dad clam digging for a living, and I wanted school clothes. So I'd row out to the islands and I'd pick this and make it into wreaths and sell it at a little stand on the road. And it dries like that.
Got pretty darn good. But I gotta clean up the top of the thing now. Actually, it gives it a really nice patina. Alright, we're ready to cook. We got our oil, we got our catch and cook batter from J. Siemens in Canada. Oh my goodness. Oh! Yes, yes, yes! That is a tank. And we got a beer for this purpose only. Big Waves Golden Ale. We'll see, whatever. And we got some old-fashioned moonshiny pickles. I think they're just from Tractor Supply, so it sounded fancy. We did try one earlier, or Sarah did, and she said it did taste weird. We're not. Ugh, that's gross. I mean, yeah, that's gross. It does taste pickly, but it also tastes like vodka. Sarah was given this, so I don't know. Then we got the mayonnaise for the tartar sauce. I'll probably use the adobo to season the tartar sauce so it's not just super plain. That'll salt it. A little bit of truffle powder. I'll probably dust some of the fried stuff with that. And we have some sriracha from Weak Knees Sriracha. This stuff's pretty tasty. And we got our 2 bowls. It looks like in the end we got a good, I don't know, 20 or so of these. And we had 25 squid. So this is gonna be quite the feast. Maybe even with some cold leftovers, because if you've watched my videos, one of my favorite things is, you know, when you go get whole belly clams and you only eat half of them, and you put the pint in the back of the bed of the truck, and you remember it the next morning, and they're cold and stale and wet and slimy, but they still have that fried flavor to them, and like, oh, the next day, so good. So
Oh, that's nasty.
maybe we'll leave some of those on the back of the bike and let them get good and stale after. Sounds gross to you, but it's something that my dad and I used to share. Like, we would always put the leftovers in the thing and then put it maybe in the fridge, or one day we found them in the back of the truck the next morning, and the 2 of us just mowed down. And so it was a special memory for me and my dad just going to town on these, and everybody else was like, that's disgusting, and we're like, this is so good. So enough said, let's get cooking. Scratch that, I don't want to cook first. I want to chop first. Chop up some of these guys. I'll put them on a plate and make our tartar sauce. A couple of these bad boys, all sliced and diced. Mayonnaise. Oh yeah, getting lazy using actual utensils. I do want to fold the plate though, and I'm going to try and get some of the water out of it. That'll make the tartar sauce better. Let's see if it's any good. It does taste a lot better once it's been turned into tartar sauce. Probably needs a little bit more mayo, and then we'll be ready.
Alright, I'm gonna try one.
Yep. What do you think?
It's not that good.
No, right?
Whose idea was this?
I don't know. Had to make it awkward, didn't they? Alright, got a little basil, the purple basil, regular basil, and some dill. I think the flowers are supposed to make it bitter. Once it flowers, the dill isn't as good. Rid of the flowers and add just a little bit of dill. Could be nice if this turns out better than that pickle one. Basil. More basil. Herbs. Mayo. Adobo to give it that salt that it needs, and a little stir. Let's see if we can make something out of this, make it into a thing. Somehow I feel like this is a bad idea. Like this is not going to be a thing. We'll see, maybe instead of just eating a spoonful of that may be very good. Because the flavors are all there and they're all good, but it doesn't just melt in your mouth like a good sauce would. So maybe I'm missing some way of concocting it that might make it better, but I think we're ready to go. We got our different tartar sauces. That'll do. Let's do our cooking, and so we can get on with the eating. So let's do some cooking. Boiling, let's dump these bad boys in here. Ooh, it's got a nice, like, yellowy flavor of some herbs and spices in it. Turn those off. Alright, got these guys up. That one kind of got messy. Hopefully they don't all end up like that. Get the neck, slip that out, and then there's the one part where it's attached there. There we go, that one came out good. It's the only thing about if you don't harvest them cleanly, you end up getting a lot of dirt on them. So the cleaner the harvest, if you don't crack the shell and you rinse them well, and these look really clean. There we go, a nice clean big one. Look at the size of that guy. Or gal. We're not picky. You got your clam. You got your clam's belly. This is when you get them at the restaurant, you get whole belly clams. And if you get clam strips, I'm pretty sure, I think you only get like this little strip around the meat around the outside. And you get, and then the neck here, and that's all you get. Maybe I'm even wrong about that. Maybe that's only, it's been a long time since I ever had, like when you're a kid you get clam strips because you don't want the belly. But once you grow up to an adult, you get over that and you enjoy the whole thing and don't be wasteful. There we go. It's a nice pile of like 20 clams, and I put half of the squid away. So we got about 10, maybe 10 of the squids here, 12 of the squids, chopped up, tentacles. Let's batter and fry. And we have one more thing. Sarah went and picked these and some Queen Anne's lace. So we're gonna chop those off and try and fry and batter a couple of those. Let's get our oil hot. Try a little tentacles. Alright, let's see if that worked. Right up 2 of these. Mmm. 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 Oh my goodness. Hun, you want to try it? That's good? That's pretty good, huh? Like, I've only ever had it at a restaurant before. Nobody's ever caught a fresh one and cooked it for me. So.
I've been waiting all day for that.
Mm-hmm. Is it worth the wait? Alright, now we're ready to get going. We did bring some extra regular flour, so I just threw a couple in here. See if I can't cut down on the spitting, and then put them dry into there. And if I just do it by hand, ow, the other ones are spitting an awful lot. I'm hoping it'll reduce the amount of spitting. Or not. So now the difference between putting them in the dry first and that is the dry ones seem to be not sticking to the bottom. Those ones, most of the shell is coming off, but now these ones have a nice fried shell on the outside. I feel like I still haven't gotten this frying thing down very good, like technique-wise. Ah!
Ooh, I felt that.
So Sarah's drying them now, so that I can go right into the batter. There we go, crisping up.
Ooh.
Oh, that was a huge one.
little clams and squid the way Sarah does it, with just egg and flour. Flour's in. Oh yeah, that looks great. We might have finished just in time. The oil is starting to smell kind of smoky, kind of lots of browned up stuff in it. And we are done. Lord, thank you for this food and this beautiful day, this beautiful state of Maine that you've given us. Bless it to our body. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, so what are we trying first?
I want to try this. I've been
You want to try the
waiting
flour?
to
You like
try this
You like just
for
like
20 years. No.
Oh, really?
15 years.
So we're just going, just go straight regular, right?
Okay. Just tastes like batter.
Yeah, it just tastes like batter.
This
Whole
is
belly clam.
the
That's
basil?
that's a basil one. I'm not
A
sure I
little bit.
recommend it. It's very it's very herby, but I'm just gonna go straight up whole belly clam. Mmm. Mmm. With the herb stuff?
That's good.
Squid tentacles there. Mmm. That's so good. Moonshine tartar sauce.
It's moonshine, right?
Sound like a bunch of goofballs. Good?
Mm-hmm.
Mmm. A squid's so good. A squid. Alright, so on your plain batter, all on its own. You know, because you didn't put salt in it because it was down here still. It's very, the same on the clam. Very flavorful, salty even.
Yeah.
Like, just living in the saltwater ocean,
Just nice and
they're
tasty.
self-marinated.
Perfect.
Yeah. Which one do you like better, the moonshine tartar sauce or the basil tartar sauce?
Oh, no, the basil's kind of good.
I know, right?
Plain?
Yeah, because the beer batter one's very flavored and very seasoned. Yeah, those are the... Aha!
I'm Squid Man.
I think the tentacles are my favorite.
Mine too.
There's something about them.
Oh, it's something my favorite.
Yeah. Well, I've had calamari several times, you know, at different places and never tasted that good. Never.
It's all frozen.
Yeah, so...
My brother. Like a mouthful of hubba bubba.
It almost makes you wonder if it was even real after having these.
I think it was worth all the splattering.
Worth all the...
All the burns.
Twice. Worth all the work, staying up almost all night. And, well, actually, we did. We stayed up all night. The flowers were good. I liked that. That turned out really good. Now I want to try the dandelions like this.
Yeah.
Let's see what it's like. One more.
Just one more.
I can't possibly eat another bite. Oh, yes, I can. You gotta eat all that. You know? I think I could. There's the whole belly clams too, some of those.
Like being at a restaurant, you know?
Yeah.
You know what these taste like? I think I was trying to put my finger on it earlier though. Whatever they cook curly fries in, tastes a lot like curly fries.
Yeah, it does have like a zesty curly fried flavor to it, doesn't it? Like.
It's the saltiness, but. You want me to swap Sarah back in for the clothes?
Yeah, we're not gonna close. We're just gonna drag it out and just like make them watch us pack and get on the bikes, and head on to the next episode as we drive up to Bar Harbor. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Sarah's lost her hair and grown a mustache, but I still love her. We don't make out anymore, though.
That one might be just for Matt.
And after eating all day, we get a little silly. Nothing like good food to make you laugh.
It's those moonshine pickles.
I didn't have that much of it.
Your head.
I swear, I didn't have that much of it.
Only takes a little.
This, look, the jar is still full.
Eat a couple more and you might kiss him with a mustache.
No.
A couple more pickles.
They're still full. I didn't get into the pickles. I swear. Swear, Mom.
It's a dangerous thing to have in the fridge, though, if you have kids.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
If your kids like pickles.
Oh my goodness, Sparrow loves pickles.
Yeah.
She'd put down all those pickles and be like, they tasted a little funny.
Yeah.
All right, time to pack it up.
I found a purple crayon.